See yourself down. Hey, look, it's Colin Farrell, everyone. Who's here? I mean, everyone. That's a couple of good-looking men right here, aren't they, ladies and gentlemen? Hello. I just said to Colin, we came out, I said, it's nice to meet you again. I met you once very briefly, and your response was?
I'm sorry for what I said, I can't remember it.
There are periods of your life, I guess, where you can't clearly remember what was going on. Would I be right?
Yeah, there's maybe more periods that way than the other. The last 10 years is pretty sketchy.
Is that weird? And so what's it like? Is there like a period where you can remember up to a point and then it kind of goes like out of focus and there's a gap?
You know what happened? No, as soon as I gave up certain things or put them aside in my life,
Hold on. Put them aside means you might go back to them. Is that what you're saying there?
They say one day at a time, John.
That was a very interesting choice of words, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I did put them aside. Not out of arm's reach. I mean, I have a fridge full of beer and booze for my mates when they come over. But the memories of all the stuff that happened when I was doing that stuff were taken as well.
So you don't... And nothing there at all? Just a gap?
Just a gap, a
wow,
void.
That must be quite a weird thing.
To go from that to that?
To have that period of your life missing, that chunk missing.
Yeah, no, chunks of it missing. But I think I had a good time. I mean,
Well, no, we can tell you. I've seen footage.
Actually,
You're having a great time, the look of things. Never mind.
Expensive time. Still paying for it.
No. But, you know, it's great to have... It's all part of the healing process, Colin. Let me ask you about the journey you've been on, because it's quite something to come from Ireland, you know, and to be a young guy there trying out a number of things and suddenly to become, you know, an international star.
Yeah.
To be in movies. That's
really
quite
fast.
something. And I wouldn't have thought that you had expected it to happen. Maybe never, but certainly not with the speed it did.
No, a head spinner. And I think when I've been told by friends and denied it, I was never into fame, but they've all told me when I was 14, 15 that I said, I'll be famous. But then I went to theatre school for a year, and it actually did become about trying to figure out this acting thing and what it meant and what it was about and what the objective was, and it was kind of satiating a certain amount of natural curiosity I had as a human being. I found acting to be a great platform for that. And then I did Ballycot's Angel, and I got one American film. Joel Schumacher took a big gamble on Tigerland with me.
That was Tigerland, yeah.
It just went off, man. It just went off after that, and yeah, it was a head spinner.
Yeah, and were you planning to head out that way anyway? Did you think, okay, I'm going to try and get to America?
Do you know what? My agent Josh flew to Europe, and he was meeting 3 young actors, 2 guys in London and 1 guy in Dublin, and he was allowed. He was given carte blanche by his agency to sign one actor, to choose an actor, and he chose me and took a chance on me as well. So I went over and I did 3 weeks of meetings in Los Angeles, hated it, and there was a lot of, you know, you're Irish, wow, what's that like? And I was kind of freaked.
Hang on, let me just cross a question out here. Tough job sometimes. But man, it happened for you so quickly, and then Schumacher directed you again in Phone Booth, of course, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, which is a tremendous film. You like that film? Have you
fun.
seen him in the film, The Phone Booth? A great film. I'm going to show you a clip of this. I love it, and it's a great chance for you, for an actor to have a role like that when it's kind of so much is on you through the movie. That must be a bit of a gift, but also kind of a tough thing to carry.
It reminds me of Sam Jackson saying, I said, what was it like doing Star Wars and working with all the blue screen? He said, it was great. I was working with my favourite actor, me. But it wasn't quite like that. It was good fun and fun with me. It was a 10-day shoot, the whole thing. So there was...
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
10 days?
Yeah, so there was no waiting around. There was no indulgence. It was just everyone. Caterers, the sparks, electricians, everyone was just working their asses off.
Are you the kind of guy who gets bored on a longer shoot? Do you get kind of...
I've done long shoots. Like, I've done 6-month shoots, and it does get tedious, yeah.
What was the longest?
Because you're not shooting for... Probably Alexander was fairly long.
Let's have a look at the clip. This is Colin in Phone Booth, and the voice on the other end, it sounds a bit like he's doing a Hannibal Lecter impersonation, but
And then they got seen for him for 1 day.
Colin Farrell in Phone Booth. I'm going to go home and watch that again. I'm going to get that on DVD and watch it again. It's a
Good
great,
man.
I enjoy that film.
Good man. Your dog can do what your dog does.
Don't go on about me. You leave my dog out of this, Farrell.
Okay.
All right? That's my
between you
problem.
and your canine.
Yeah. Have you got any pets? I should imagine you.
No, just my son.
Okay, well, it's not quite the same.
No, it's not.
But lovelier.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk... Well, you mentioned Alexander. Let's talk about that, because that was a movie where you committed a lot of time. Great cast with you there.
Great
Oliver
cast.
Stone, terrific director.
Yeah, great script.
And everyone seemed... When it came out, everyone hated it.
All these greats, and then the film, for some reason, that kind of indefinable, I don't know, inexplicable reason, it didn't work. I mean, I looked like a drag queen. I should have got my roots done. I should have got my roots done.
You look at it there, you do look a bit...
I should have got my roots done. Yeah. Alexander didn't go to a salon.
No, he wouldn't.
But he did in our version. I don't know, it was kind of heartbreaking, man, that it didn't... It really was.
Because that must be awful for all of you. You all put so much into it.
All joking aside, it's not a poor me story, because, God, I got again, got overpaid for it and had the most incredible life experience and shared it with a really cool bunch of people. As I said, the same crew, 150 of us travelled around the world together for 6 months. But for it to be treated the way it was when it came out, I was having panic attacks.
Really
I couldn't leave the house, no.
And so you read the reviews then, even if they're bad?
I was nearly writing reviews myself. And the bad ones, you know.
But why would you do that to yourself? Because once you get the
flavour...
flavour...
propensity for self-loathing and the pleasure that comes with that.
So part of you enjoyed that beating up?
Yeah, a little bit, man, sure.
Because I would have thought, avoid them, and then pretend everyone loves
conventional logic would say that's the healthiest thing to do. It's extended we follow conventional logic concerning health.
In future, if you had a movie that didn't do so well, would you you wallow in the bad reviews? Or
No, now I try and stay... and stay away from, the internet.
Oh, of course, we know there was some footage of you on the internet that was available for... I don't know if you saw it. You probably didn't need it.
Consumption, but...
well, people did look...
oh, man, yeah.
That must be... what happens there? How did that sneak out?
14 minutes is what that was.
How do you process that kind of thing?
It seemed like a good idea at the time. 2 adults having fun. Oh, video camera,
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
wrong
with that.
There wasn't
as long as you don't let the tape get into the wrong hands.
Well, that's it. And at the end of the deposition, because it was all very officious in a law office in Los Angeles, and the man that was in charge said, well, you've learned your lesson, I hope, Mr. Farrell. And I said, absolutely, next time I take the tape with me.
Was it for you to look back on later, though?
No, it's all not about that. It's kind of some pseudo-taboo thing about, video camera. It wasn't about playing it back or anything, but I don't know what it was about. I think I was high. That's probably more what it was about.
Probably was just a little bit, you make bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it maybe won you some fans as well, because a lot of people I know watched it said,
really?
Boy, he's a well-developed young fella. Puberty was kind to this boy,
really?
Yeah.
That's not so bad. I might have got some of my better reviews, which would be depressing. But I just wanted to make sure, because the whole thing, I got offered a pile of money to sign off on it and have it on command in hotels and stuff. Could you imagine if my mother came along and, God forbid, she'd tell me something like, oh, you remind me of your father at certain angles. So I couldn't have that, so...
I didn't see his tape. How did that go down? Was that... well, here's the thing. Surely if your mum was in a hotel and it was offered Colin Farrell...
Well, anything that I do is the problem. Well, anything that I do, she might have just seen the name and
I'd just check it out to see what he's looking like.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, by the way. OK.
She'll be watching this as well. She doesn't care how she gets mentioned as long as she gets mentioned.
But that's sweet. She wants to be part of your life in that way.
Yeah, of course. She loves it all, man. She enjoys and comes to premieres and all that kind of stuff.
Can I just say, I'm sorry, but you've got the most remarkable eyebrows I've ever seen in my life up close.
They're pretty special, aren't they?
It's like a couple
Except for Eugene Levy.
Yeah, but they're quite enormous.
But he's got me by 30 years. I can catch up.
Do you trim them ever?
No, I have done for a couple of films, but not all the time.
They are what we call whoppers.
Whoppers, yeah.
We have one of the leading, finest eyebrow actors on the planet with us here this evening. Called...
As soon as the camera goes on, instinctively.
Because for a brief period in the 80s, his eyebrows had their own agents. I don't know if you know that. You're teaching. OK, let's before we move on back into movies, away from you and your personal life a little bit more. We were lucky enough to have on the show last series the wonderful Dame Eileen Atkins, who you worked with.
The one that got away.
Yeah, and she told the story. It was just about the time of her 70th birthday. When
it was my gift.
You entered a room and you were quite keen to, shall we say, get it on.
We shall. Let's say it together.
Get it on.
I did. I tried. Yeah, I gave it all I was worth. I wanted to give it all I was worth, and she wouldn't have any of it. She's an incredibly attractive woman, and you a wicked turn of phrase and an incredible wit, and very attractive woman, and she's a dame after all.
Yeah. But is that so? You're collecting dames? Is that it? You're going?
Well, I fell at the first hurdle, so I decided to. My ego couldn't take any more refusals. And she sent me a lovely letter afterwards, explaining why it didn't go off. I had intended. She was great. I saw her a while ago. Then she was playing. She was doing Doubt. She was in Doubt, the play in New York, and I sent her some flowers and saw her afterwards and said, our time will come, unfinished business.
Well, that's very kind of you to speak to us about all this, because I know this is...
I know she was on, and but there's no hiding now.
No, but she knows. She told me that she checked with you first. It was okay to talk about it. And
bullshit. Bitch, I wanted to kill her when I heard first. I'm only joking, Dame.
Okay. Let's talk about, there's a film that Colin was on recently, and I don't know if you saw this, because it was a quirky movie. It got a reasonable release, should have been much bigger. A fantastic movie, fabulous performances from everyone in it, In Bruges.
Oh, yeah.
What a tremendous movie. I don't know how it did. Did anyone here see that film? A few people saw it. Yeah, it did reasonably well. There's still, what a...
No wonder I'm still waiting for those residuals.
But it was, well, you knew it was never going to be a blockbuster,
No,
didn't
man,
you?
it was just gorgeous work.
How long did you shoot this movie for? And you were in Belgium the whole time, yeah?
We were in Bruges for 8 weeks.
It's quite a long time. Did you enjoy it? Is it a nice place to be?
It is a nice place to be for a few days. The people were all lovely, I should say, of course. And
how long did you just stay? Did it take you before you got a little bit bored by beer and mussels as a combination?
Well, it was like a very funny. I'm not drinking and I'm shooting a film in a town that has 467 fucking beers.
And
very little to do.
Delicious.
So I became a linen-holic.
Yeah.
I just purchased linen and ate chocolate.
Do you not drink at all anymore? No beer at all?
Nah.
That's the way to do it, of course. If you want to stay.
Yeah, no, for me, no choice. Really, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was pretty sick.
Did you find it hard? Did you find it hard?
At the beginning, yeah, really hard.
First 3 months, is that the worst?
Oh, a nightmare, man. Because when I went away, I went somewhere for 5 or 6 weeks, and that was a very safe environment. And I came out of the haze that I was in and that I burrowed myself into so deeply. And then at the end of it, you come out of that safe environment and it's back to the world, and everything was just in a degree of focus that I hadn't experienced.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I'd been fairly drunk or high since I was 14, so...
Pretty solidly, because I'd heard stories about you and people... Everyone I knew who'd met you had a story to tell about you, and it was obviously you were pretty full on.
Yeah, no, I was fairly drunk and high for 16 years, so it was a tough life change, but I was dying, and I'm one of the lucky ones that got so far. I'm out of it, life change,
Another thing that surprises me to hear this, though, because I knew you were involved in that kind of thing, but when you'd see you on the screen, you wouldn't have known. No one would have known from seeing either the quality of your performance or the way you looked. You didn't look like you were having late nights. You didn't, and it can't just be makeup.
No, but that's why so many... when I think about it, so much of the work that I did, I was struggling so hard just to keep my shit together a lot of the time. Like, genuinely, a lot of my energy was going in just to try and not have a complete meltdown in front of Al Pacino.
So when I see a movie like Minority Report, for example, were you
struggling that scene even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really together performance. It doesn't seem like you're stuck at all. I mean, it looked like you were really on the ball there all the way through that film.
Maybe I should go back in the gears.
No, please don't. Please don't.
No. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fear, will drive you to at times. Desperation will allow you to do incredible things in the name of survival at times.
But it must, it's fabulous that you got through it. I mean, because there was every chance you would have fallen by the wayside and just thrown it all away.
Yeah, no, by the end of Miami Vice, I was just done, and I was just everything, I created an environment for myself and a way of living for myself that on the outside seemed incredibly gregarious and vivacious, and I was just, I don't believe I have any chemical predisposition towards depression, but let's just call it, I was suffering from a spiritual malady, I suppose, for years, and I just indulged that, and it was sweet, because at times, to be in pain, if it's self-perpetuated, at times can be sweet. You can feel very alive when you're in pain, and I also know that from another perspective, like when somebody who I love in my life has passed away, there is something incredibly, internally vivacious about feeling pain or mourning, and even if it is as egocentric and self-indulgent as mourning for yourself or pitying for yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad I'm out of that cycle of my life, and I'm very lucky that way.
I think we should write that down and put that on the West End stage, because that was one of the most beautiful speeches I've ever heard. What a way you use language. It's incredible. And it's that Irish thing. I don't wish to generalise, but the Irish tend to have a love of language, and man, you know how to use it. Do you write at all? Are you thinking about writing?
No, badly. Yeah, I write some.
I bet you write well.
Yeah, no, it is in and of itself, just for my own purposes, it is fulfilling. Yeah, absolutely. Just a process.
Okay, let's go back to the movies here. Tell me about Pride and Glory. Tell us about the part you play.
I play a cop, a New York Police Department cop called Jimmy Egan, who is very conflicting. In one sense, he's a decent father and a good husband, and in the other sense, he's corrupt. He's about as corrupt as they get. A vicious character, really.
Don't give too much away there, though. I mean,
I saw the trailer, which is why I'm saying all that. Okay. It's like, I am bad. There should have been a reveal, but I don't think they're going for it.
Okay, this happens on the 7th of November. Great cast with you in this as well, of course. Ed Norton, in particular. How nice to see you work with John Voight.
John Voight, man. Did you see the film?
Yeah, I've seen the film.
He's deadly, isn't he?
He's one of those guys, when he's he's given the chance, to
Yeah.
shine, he really can.
Yeah, he's
do
brilliant,
that.
man. I remember growing up at 5 or 6 years old watching The Champ, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, do you remember the scene at the dining table?
Yeah, well, he's
In it?
getting a bit...
That wasn't scripted at all.
Well, that's a good scene.
No, it wasn't scripted at all. It was improv. Yeah,
Well,
that's probably the best scene in the film.
Here's the thing the wise man was going to say, it's one of the best scenes in the movie. Okay, let's not tell the director or the writer that.
Yeah, no, I know.
It
Sorry, Gavin.
opens here 7th of November, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. This is Pride and Glory. You've got to go and see a new movie with Colin Farrell on. Look, there's a spectacular guest, a lovely man. Hey, what's going on there? Have you been arrested or something recently? You've got no laces in your boots. What's going on there?
No, it's just for getting through the airport quick because you have to take off your shoes.
Is that really what it is?
No, it's not, just laziness. I bought these in Camden about 10 or 12 years ago or something.
What's your mum going to think? She sees you turn up on TV and you haven't even bothered doing up your shoelaces.
Yeah, I have no idea. She'd probably be disappointed. She'd probably have a thing to say about the earlier conversation first.
Yeah, I guess she's seen worse clips of you in performances.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Inured.
Colin, fabulous to have you on the show. I'm delighted you came on. I've been looking forward to having you as a guest for ages. I'm so thrilled you finally
Really nice
got
to
around
meet you. I
it.
was scared shitless, but it wasn't so bad.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, ladies and gentlemen.